Hi there, welcome to Power Cook. Today, what are we going to cook? Well, we're going to cook, you might have heard of it before, hash browns, which look a bit like that. Okay, so we're going to cook hash browns. What do we need? We need potato. So we need a potato. I've peeled that. We're going to grate it quickly. Now, over here, what I have got over here is very hot water. I'm going to have it with poached egg. Okay, so let's grate that. Be careful because of your thumb. So big strokes, slowly and carefully. Now, if you move it around, the potato goes all over the board. So keep it together. You want it all in one place. Now, you can have many things with this. You can have bacon, beans. You might want vegetables. Okay, hash browns, very popular in England and parts of America, especially. They tend to eat them with like sausages and beans and eggs, like what I've got. So I'm not going to go all the way through because I just want to show you how to do this. So I'm going to put that in my fridge and I can use that tomorrow. Okay, wrap it in cling film. Right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get a basin. So let's move this a bit over here so we can see the sink. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now make sure it doesn't slip. Okay, so we're going to just pour all that in there. Now, we need to be careful here, so make sure you don't waste any of that. We don't need that board now, so we're going to put all that away. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. There we go. Right, so now we're going to wash the starch out because that means it'll taste better and it won't be cloudy. Okay, so, and we can see there the water is very cloudy. That is the starch in the potato. So wash that out and give it a quick wash like that. Now, you could make this today in many different ways, so I might show a different way in a few more days' time. Right, give that a quick wash. Cold water. Alright, that should be fine. One more go. The water there now is, have a look at the water underneath. Yeah, it's not that cloudy. Now, this is the most important part. So let's move these here. We're going to now get a towel which is washed and dry. Okay, we're going to put it out on there. And this is a bit of a luxury for the potato if it's feeling a bit tight. So what we're going to do, dry, clean towel, pour it on there like that. And what we're going to do, we're going to give it a massage. We're going to try and dry it, okay? Hopefully the potato won't fall asleep. Okay, so we're going to just move it in. This means that it will fry and be much crunchier, okay? Because if it's too wet, so do this for about 1 or 2 minutes, okay? Like that, okay? Oh, be careful it doesn't, because it can go around the place. Just give it a little massage like that. So do it for about maybe 1 minute. It falls out like that. I've washed my kitchen here, so I can pull it back in. Okay, so I'm going, and then that's what we do. Now, once we've done that, I think that's okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is put it into a bowl. Okay, so we're going to put this into a bowl. So make sure you don't spill it. Get it out. And then pour it in there like that and just do it carefully, slowly. Doesn't matter if some fall out. Now, you could try to fry it like this. I don't think it sticks well, so make sure now, wait, look at that. It's raining of potatoes. So make sure we get that potato. I'm just going to push it all over there. So a tidy kitchen, you do work better when it's tidy. Okay, so now we've got the dry grated. Now, to make that better, I'm going to get 1 egg. And this will just act like a glue. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just mix it in. So I've got my fork, and this means it just sticks to it better. You could probably try flour if you want, and just spread it. Okay, make sure all of it has got that egg, because this acts like glue, so it does stick better. Okay, so we're going to mix that around. Okay, so that's looking really good. You might want to put some salt and pepper in there if you wanted to. It's up to you. So salt and pepper in there. I love my pepper. So I'm going to put some pepper. Now you could just fry it like it is now, and then you would get, that's my salt going in, and you get like very small chips. Okay, right. So that's now mixed. Okay, see that? So let's get a bit closer. This is where all the action now is going on. So we've got 2 bowls, as you can see. On the left, we have, there we go, let's get a bit closer. That's better. So we've got now the poached eggs. Poached eggs will take about 3 minutes. This will take about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the heat on here, really hot. Okay, so it's on, and we're going to use, it is not very healthy, this one today. Have it once every 2 weeks. You want quite a bit of oil in there. Okay, now before we start, the 2 ones. This is okay, but good for the poached egg. But this one's very flat. See that? It's very flat, so we're going to use that. So here we go. Make sure you wash your hands. So I've washed my hands, and here we go. So what we're going to do is, see this bowl here? So we're going to get this bowl like that, and just get, now if you can do it with your hands, but I'm going to use one of these. Now this is, you don't have to use this, you can use your hands. I'm going to use this as my mold. Watch this. So we're going to put it there, make sure it's metal, okay? Make sure all the oil is around it, the pan as well. And now what I'm going to do is just spread this in, okay? And the thicker it is, the longer it takes, okay? And push that down with the fork. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go too thick with this because it means it's going to cook longer, and I don't want you to be watching for too long. You can go and eat and cook it. So here we go. So if we have a look now at that, okay, so I'm going to push it down. Go put this light on. Let's put this light on so you can just see it better. Right, and then that's basically it. Okay, now what that mold is doing is going to keep the shape of it. So the longer you leave it in there, it will be better, okay? So that is going to take about 3 or 4 minutes. Now I've also got spring onion. You could mix spring onion in with them if you wanted, and cheese, that's your choice. And other vegetables, it's your choice. It doesn't just have to be potato. Hash browns are potato just, okay? So that now is really good. This is going to be very hot. So again, if you're with an adult, you will need a little cloth to pick it off with. Okay, so I'm going to put that there next to Mr. Prickle Pants. He's going to just watch it. There he is. Right, so now what I'm doing, because it seems to be smoking, I don't want to burn too much of this, so I'm going to just take this off and watch this. Wow, okay, that's really very hot. Okay, so now that's really good. I'm not going to move that because I've been making some today, and if I move that, it's going to break. So actually what we're going to do, we'll start to make the poached egg. So leave that, don't touch it. We know it's very good because look, it's moving together, so it's stuck together, so that's good. Now, you want it on a high heat as well, okay? I'll just, I think, high heat. Now let's go to do the poached egg whilst that's cooking. So poached egg, this water is already hot, so I'll take this out. Now, what you want to do, you want it to get hot. So when it's hot, there we go. I'll just get that. Oh, it's not working, is it? There we go. Now it is. So now I'm going to bubble it. When the water begins to bubble, and we'll just zoom in on that. So let's zoom it in. Okay. When it starts to bubble, we actually turn it right down. So this is going to bubble in a minute because this is ready. This is looking really good. Again, don't touch that, just let that cook. That's beautiful. You could make them small, you could make these much smaller if you want, you can make them bigger. Now, make sure that knife is up there. Right, so now I'm just going to turn it down until it stops bubbling, okay? So we don't want big bubbles coming up, okay? So let's just get it bubbling again and we'll reduce it. Now what's happening over here, if we'll have a look at this here, is this is going to be really crispy, okay? It's really good. But you can make this healthier by using less oil. The oil, you do need to add oil though because it will make it browner, okay? So let's have a look at that there. Let's have a look, see what it's like underneath. Again, be careful because you might break it, okay? Now, make sure there's oil around there, and we're going to go like that. Wow, look at that, that's the best one. Look at that, so that's really good. Okay, so now, if we look back at the, here we go, poached egg. It's slightly bubbly, that's okay. We don't want it too big. Now, what I've got my egg, and the way I do it is, watch this, I get my egg, so I crack my egg in one of these in a bowl. It makes it much easier. So you're going to see me do this. Watch this. Okay, so that's too much. So we're going to turn it down. Turn it down about that. If the water is too bubbly, it breaks it up. Now, if you've done if you've done a mistake like this, watch this. See that? So if we look here, let's zoom out. Okay, that's too hot, so I'm going to turn it down. So if you look at mine, I've got some shell. Now, if you do get shell in your whites, and it happens sometimes, especially when you're cooking and doing a camera, stick your shell in near the shell, and it scoops it up like that. Okay. Then I'll do the other one, and then I've got no shell in. Now, this makes it easy. That's too hot, so we want it pretty neutral. That water is now hot, so what we're going to do is just spin it round. Okay, spin it, spin it, spin it, like that. Like that. And then don't touch this, keep it spinning. There, boom. Now we're going to leave that, okay? So, let's go back to what we're after, the hash brown, okay? So, hash brown, like that. Now that poached egg will take about 3 to 4 minutes. And this is really good. Okay, so again, because we've not touched that, some side is usually browner than the other. Okay, now whilst you're doing this, you can tidy up, wash your hands, wash your plates, get things ready. But like I say, this is not very healthy, but you might want to cook it once every 2 weeks. Okay, so let's get our plate is almost ready. I think maybe 1 or 2 minutes left. Now, if we look at the poached egg over here, see how it's going white? So when it starts to go white, it's starting to cook, okay? That's not far off, okay? But you don't touch that. So let's have a look at this hash brown. Okay, let's see how this baby is going. And we're going to cook it. Now that side is beautiful. Now it's up to you. You might want it, you might like it all brown like this and crunchy, that's okay. When it's thicker, you will have to cook it for longer, okay? It will take longer, okay? So make sure you get your plate ready. And like you can see here, you get these little bits, so keep them as well. If you've cooked them an hour before, you can put them back on the pan and reheat them, okay? So let's have a look at that. Try not to flip it too much, okay? Oh, see now that side there isn't as good, so I'm just going to make sure so I'm not going to touch that now, I'm going to leave it. Now this poached egg, if we have a look at this poached egg, that's really good. So what I'm going to do with that, to make sure that it doesn't overcook, I like mine runny, is I'm going to get a bowl. Watch this. So get a little bowl. My quick trick. Now you want to do not get this, okay? By using that, the water stays in it, it's not that good. So it will still cook. So use one with a hole like that, and you just scoop it up like that. And, oh, now this isn't ready because look at that, it's a bit of snotty, so we're going to just leave that. I'm going to turn it up for maybe 1 more minute and then make sure that's cooked. So that's good because we're almost ready. So we've got this on here, so let's go back to this. So if we look at those now, we're almost ready, okay? And we'll just put this one on here. You can cook possibly 3 or 4 per potato, it's really good, okay? Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so this one's almost getting ready. So again, just looking in, and you want it all white around. This is almost ready because the white shows us the egg white, and we want that ready. Okay, so let's have a look. Again, always check. So this one's almost, but it's still, as we see here, it's not really white. This is not far off. It's about 30 seconds away. Okay, I'm going to turn the temperature up to make it cook quicker. And let's do here. Okay, and then like this now, it's really hot, so try not to touch that, let an adult touch that. This is almost ready, so what I'm going to do is, there we go, to make sure that there is warm. I can hear it sizzling. You might find that you need to add more oil, but just add a little bit because then it just makes it brown, okay? Just a little bit, and then just spread it down like that, and then there we go. And see, that's cooking, so that'll just make it fry a bit more. Let's go back to the egg. So this is almost perfect now. Wow, now that is what you want. See how that egg white is all white? So keep it in there so that doesn't overcook. It will still be cooking that, okay? So I'm just going to leave that there. This now is sizzling. Let's see. I think Wow. So I'm going to show off the pretty side. So let's do this. Hopefully it won't break. If it does, it doesn't matter. And we're going to do it like that. Now the little bits on top are like mini chips, okay? So we're going to put them on top like that. And then make sure you switch everything off on your cooker, okay? Then what we're going to do is put that on there. Wow. So, and let's get our salt. Wow, how good is that? So if we have a look at that, so what have we done with it? It's a hash brown with a poached egg, okay? So you can put anything on that. I'm going to put a little bit of salt on there, and right around. So you're spreading it, bit of pepper, like that. Wow. And this is perfect. Now you could put some spring onion. I've got some spring onion as I had before, so I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of that around, like that. And there we have it, your hash brown with poached egg. And look at that, that is just so good. I like it when it's a bit runny. Oh, look at that. So try that, hash brown and poached egg. Very easy, not very healthy, once every 2-3 weeks. Thank you for watching Kapow Wow Cook.